let's try to do Shabbos on a Tuesday and see what happens. And they did, and they felt great. They had a very high experience. So they wondered what the deal was. And they realized that even though obviously this day is set aside and has its own intrinsic sanctity, nonetheless, it informs the rest of the week. So there's actually a teaching in the Talmud that we could actually, not only do we carry Shabbat into the week, but the week we actually is a day-by-day, step-by-step preparation into Shabbat. So Shabbat actually infuses the whole week, but we have special access. So you all have special backstage access to the magic of Shabbos. So
it's not Shabbos on Thursday and see it out on Tuesday. You can afford it.
Yeah, well, there is I know about doing Havdalah on Tuesday. There was a famous Rebbe in Yerushalayim, in Jerusalem, who he was so into it. He was so deep. He didn't come out of Shabbat until Tuesday, and that's when he made Havdalah. So, oh my goodness, it's Tuesday already? Okay. So we'll begin with Yedid Nefesh on page 10. And for those of you who are not familiar with this Siddur, anytime we sing in Hebrew, there are words in transliterated version on the left side of the page in red, in small print. Very small, very small. I don't know why they made that decision. It doesn't make sense. They had plenty of space, but oh well. Okay, so Yedid Nefesh, page 10. Oh, we have to go live. No, we are live. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Yedid Nefesh Avarachaman Mishoch Eretz Onach Yahot Zavdach Emo Hayal Yishachave Mol Hadarach Ki Echavlo Yedidutach Minof Etzuf V'chol Taham Atur Naheh Ziv Haolam Nafshi Cholat Avatach Ana Elna Rifana Lam Bechachot La Noam Zivach Az Titchazek Titchape V'haitalach Shivchat Olam Vatikyemu Rachamecho V'chuzna Abeno Havach Ki Ze Kama Nisaf Nisaf Lecho Betiferet Uzach Ana Eli Machmali Bi Hoshana Ve'atitalam Igale Na Ufros Chaviv Alai Et Sukat Shelomach Tahi Eretz Mikvodach Nagila V'nis Mechabach Maher Ahuv Kivam Hohed V'choneni Kim Olam ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la. La ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 na 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 da. Continue on page 11. Lechun ranana ladana naria litzur yeshenu nikad mafana batoda. Let us go and sing to Adonai. Let us trumpet praise to our protector. Filled with thanks, let us greet God, raising our voice in song.
Greater sovereign than all other deities. God's hands form the earth, the deep mountain crests are God's work. The sea is God's work, God made it. Dry land was fashioned by God's hand.
Come, then let us bow and kneel. Let us bend our knees in the presence of Adonai, who formed us, for Adonai is our God. We are God's flock, sheep in God's caring hands.
Only you who listen today to God's voice. Never hearted, like the people of Pharaoh, like that day in song in the desert, when your ancestors tried me and tested me, but they had seen what I wrought.
For 40 years I was troubled by that generation, and I said, these are people whose hearts have gone astray. They do not know my ways. So in anger I swore they would not enter my rest. Arba'im shana kud bedor, ba'omaram tvei levavheim, vehem lo yadu dorachai, asher nishpati, ve'apim yavon, Emanuchati, page 13. Shiro l'Adonai, shechadash, Shiro l'Adonai, kol haaretz. Shiro l'Adonai, baruch shemo, v'azur me'am le'am Yeshuato, sabru v'goyim kevodo, b'chol ha'amim neflotav, ki gadol Adonai, umolal mehod, norahu. Al kol Elohim, ki kol Elohei hamim elilim, v'Adonai shamayim asa, hod v'hadar lefanav oz v'tiferet v'mikdasho, havol Adonai mishpachot Amim, havol Adonai, kavod va'oz, havol Adonai, kevod shemo, zehu mincha, uvo lechatzrotav, ishagavol Adonai behadra kodesh, chilu mipanav kol haaretz. Imu vagoyim Adonai malach, abti kontevel baltimot, yadinamim b'mei sharim, yismuchu hashamayim v'tagel hare, yiram hayam umlo, yalos adai, v'chawol ashebo. Azirhanunu kolat seyar lifnei Adonai, ki hiva lishbot haaretz, yishbot tevel betzedek, ve'hamim be'emunato, yalai la 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 la, yalai la 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 la, yalai la 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 la, yalai la 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 yalai. Ya la 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 ya la la ya la 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 ya la la. We're now on page 15. Adonai malach tagil haaretz yismehuim rabim. Adonai reigns, let the earth be glad, many distant lands rejoice.
Thou dost not take darkness around in their mind. righteousness and justice secure God's throne. Higher gods before God, consuming procedures from God.
Flashes of lightning illumine the land. The earth watches and trembles. Mountains melt like wax at the approach of Adonai, at the approach of the master of all the earth.
Heavens tell God's righteousness, and all of the nations see God's glory.
Worshippers of idols be shamed for praising false gods. All that is deemed supreme bow before God. You, Adonai, are above all that is earthly, exalted over all that is worshipped as divine.
Those who love their own God protects the lives of the faithful, saving them from the hands of the sinful.
Light is sown for the righteous and joy for the upright. Rejoice in Adonai, you righteous people, and thank God as you pronounce the divine holy name. O Ave Adonai, Sinurav, Shomer Nafshot Hasidav, Miad Reshaim Yatzilem, Or Zaru Ala Tzadik, Or Yisraelev Simcha, Simchu Tzadikim Adonai, Behodu Lezecher Kodsho, page 17, Mizmor, Shiru Ladonai Shir Chadash, Kinef Laot Asa, Hoshia Lo Yemino, Uzoa Kodesho, Ahodia Adonai Yeshuato, B'nei Agoyim Gilat Tzidkato, Zachor Chazo ve'emunato levet Yisrael Chol Havsei Haaretz et Yeshuat Eloheinu Hariol Adonai Kol Haaretz Yitzchu v'ranenu v'zameru zamru l'Adonai v'chiyinor v'chino v'kol zimcha v'chatzot tzrot v'kol shofar hariu lifnei HaMelech Adonai yiram hayam umloho tevel v'yoshveva nehahot yimchaochav yachad harim yeranenu lifnei Adonai kiva lishmot haaretz yishmot tevel b'tzedek ve'amim b'meisharim. Page 19. Adonai Malach Yergizu Ami Ev Gruvim Tanut Haaretz. Adonai reigns, nations tremble. The one enthroned amidst the cherubim makes the world quake.
Adonai is up above all nations. They shall acknowledge your name, saying, Great, all inspiring, Holy One.
A sovereign strength lies in the love of justice, and you forge the paths of truth, judging Jacob righteously and justly. Moses and Aaron among God's priests, and Samuel among those who called upon the divine name, called to you and you answered them.
You spoke to them from the midst of the cloud. They kept your covenant and the law you gave them. You answered them, Adonai our God. You were forgiving God to them, even as you punished them for their transgressions.
Exalt Adonai our God and bow down at God's holy mountain, for Adonai our God is holy. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'yishtachavu lahar kodsho ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. We rise and turn to page 21. Mizmor leDavid hovo l'Adonai b'nei Elim hovo l'Adonai kavod v'hoz hovo l'Adonai kevod shemo yishtachavu l'Adonai hadra kodesh Kol Adonai alam hayim el hakavod hirim Adonai amayim rabim kol Adonai b'kohach kol Adonai behadar kol Adonai shoveh ha'chazim vayeshaber Adonai et azeh halvanon vayargitem kemo hekel Levanon v'Sirion kemo ven reimim kol Adonai chazev lehavoteish kol Adonai yachil midbar midbar kadesh kol Adonai yechal ayalot vayechesov yehavot uveichalo kulo omer kavod Adonai lamabu yashav vayeshev Adonai melech leolam Adonai Oz li'amo yiten Adonai yivarech damo v'shalom Yalai la 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 yalai la 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 yalai da 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 da. You may be seated. We'll read the next prayer on page 22 responsibly in English, and then we'll sing it together in Hebrew. If you would, may your mighty right hand undo the knot that ties us up.
Accept the prayers of your people, you who are revered, raise us up, cleanse us.
Almighty, if you would, guard as the apple of your eye those who seek your unity.
Bless them and cleanse them, have compassion on them, always act justly towards them.
Mighty Holy One, in your abundant goodness, guide your people.
Turn to your evil and invoke your holiness.
Listen to our pleas, hear our cries, knowing the hidden depths within us.
Praise be the name of the one whose glorious Son, Jesus, forever and ever.
Anabacha gedulat yimincha tatitzucha kahaberina tamcha sagvenu tarenu nora nagibor doshe yuchudcha kvavot shomreim baruchim tareim rachamim tzidkadcha tamid gomleim Hasin kadosh berov tucha naheladatecha yachid ge'elamcha penei zochre kedushatecha Shabbatenu kabel ushmat zakatenu yodea ta'amot Baruch Shem kavod malchuto leolam. Continue in a moment with Lachado D on page 23. Lechadodi likrat kala penhei Shabbat nekabela. Lechadodi likrat kala penhei Shabbat nekabela. Shahamor v'zachor b'dibor echad hishmianu elam heyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad v'shemo tiferech v'letilo lecha dodi likra kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela Lechadodi likra kalam, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelecha, Ki hi mekor habracha, Vehirosh mikem nesucha, Sov maseh macha Shabbat chilo. Lecha dodi likra kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likra kala p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech ir melucha. Kumitzi mitocha hafecha. Rahav lach shevet be'emekabacha. V'hu yachamol alaichem lo. Lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitna ari me'afar kubi. Livshi big deti fartech ami. Ahayad ben Yishai et halachmi. Korva el nafshi ke'alam. Lecha dodi. Lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hadodi likra kala, P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, Kiva ore, kumi ori, shir taberi, Kevod Adonai alaich nigla. Lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lo tevoshi velo tikalmi. Matish tochachi umatehembi. Machyechesu aniye ami. V'nipnita ir al tilah. Lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabla. V'hayulim shisa shovosahich. V'rachaku kom mevalayich. Yasis alayich Elohayich. Kisos chatan ahakala. Lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabla. Yaminu smool tiyifrotzi. V'het Adonai taharitzi. Ayad hish behen pautzi v'nismecha v'nagila. Lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabla. Mohi v'shalom ateret balav. Gam b'simcha u'b'tzahala. Tochem u'ne'am segula. Mohi kala, mohi kala. Lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likra kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabla. Continue now on page 27. Mizmor shir liyom hashabbat tov l'odot l'Adonai l'zamer l'shimcha elyon lehagi baboker chasdecha v'emunatecha ba'leilot. It is good to thank you, Adonai, and sing to your name most high, to proclaim your love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night. You glad me with your deeds, Adonai, and I shall sing of your handiwork. The arrogant do not understand. The fool does not comprehend this. The wicked flourish like grass, and every evildoer blossoms only to be destroyed forever. Surely your enemies, Adonai, surely your enemies will perish. All who commit evil will be scattered.
You raise up my head high, anointed with fresh oil.
As my enemies gather against me, my gaze remains steady, for my ears listen and hear.
The righteous flourish like the dayflower, thrive like the cities of Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai. They flourish in all God's courtyard.
In old age, they remain fruitful, still fresh and bountiful, proclaiming Adonai is upright, my rock in whom there is no flaw. Tzadikat ha'amar yifrach kehz balvanon yizkeh shetulim beveit Adonai b'chasrot Eloheinu yafrichu Od Yenuhuvun Beseva Deshenim Vranenim Yeyu Lehakid Ki Ashar Adonai Tzuri Elohav Latabo. Gesundheit. We're now on page 29. Adonai malach Yehud lavesh Adonai osi tazarav tikon tevel bal timot. Adonai is sovereign, robed in splendor, girded in strength. The earth stands firm, not to be dislodged. From earliest times you were enthroned, you are eternal.
The rivers rise up the roar. The rivers raise up their waves. Above the roar of the vast sea and the tempestuous breaking of the sea, Adonai stands supreme in heaven.
In your house, beautiful in its holiness, your testimonies endure, Adonai, for all time. Mikolod ma'im rabim adirim b'shpreyam adi b'machom Adonai edotecha nehemenu meod leveitecha nafa kodesh Adonai leorech yamim. If you're reciting Mourner's Kaddish, that can be found on page 30. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah bi'alama divra chirutei v'yamlich machutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mavarach le'olam olamei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpoar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal shmei kudisha brichu. Leila min kobir chata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran ba'alama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya v'chaim aleinu Kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mramav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'Kol Yisrael v'imru amen. And we rise for Baruch Hu, page 39a. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamavorah. Baruch Adonai Hamavorah Le'olam Vahed. Please be seated. And we continue on page 39a. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'dvaro ma'ariv aravim v'chokma pateh shavim u'v'tfana mishneh itim machalim et hazmanim v'sader et hakochavim v'mishmeroteim barakia kirtzono. Sovereign of space and time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky.
Who creates day and night, who rules the light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night, Adonai Tzedakot is your name. Living and ever-present God, may you will be with us forever and ever. Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk.
Borei yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or u'mavir yom u'mevi layla mavdil ben yom u'vein layla Adonai tzvot shemo el chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu le'olam voed Baruch atah Adonai amariv ha'avim. Continue on page 40. Avat olam Beit Yisrael amchavtam Torah mitzvot hukim mishpatim otanu limadita Al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shalvenu v'kumeinu nasiach b'chukecha ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ויורך ימינו ויאורך ימינו ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה. אהבתך תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha u'v'chol nafshecha v'chol me'otecha v'ayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivdecha b'veitecha u'letecha v'derech u'shavecha u'kumecha v'ukshartam le'ot al yadecha v'yilut hadafot beinenecha u'tavtam amizobetecha v'yisharecha. Take a couple of minutes to read the next couple of paragraphs quietly to ourselves and pick up at the bottom of page 42. If you will hear no bad, that's what I recommend. Adonai Elohim Emet. We'll continue on page 43b. We'll read it responsibly in English. You proclaim the covenant on the seventh day. You love this day we inherited, delighting in its remembrance. From the time you bestowed it, joy filled the hearts of Yeshurun, the people you redeemed. You exalted Shabbat as a sign between us forever. In 6 days your world was formed. On the seventh day you rested. To honor your name, they sing songs of praise to the one deserving of praise. U'malchuto b'ratzon kiblo aleichem u'Miriam u'bnei Yisrael lecha anu shira b'simcha yamru chulam michabocha bo'elim Adonai mikabocha neda b'kodesh norati lo tosef ele malchutcha ruvanecha b'keyam lifnei Moshe zeli anu v'yamruhu Adonai yimloch leolam vo'ed v'ne'emar kifada Adonai et Yaakov gula miad chazak mimenu baruch atah Adonai kahal Yisrael. Continue on page 45. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, amidenu malkeinu l'chaim, ufros alenu sukat shlomecho, v'takninu b'tzatova milfonecho, v'oshienu l'man shemecho. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign.
Restore us with your good counsel, and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us.
Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us, and you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate.
Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Whose fence canopy of peace over us, over all people of Israel, and over Jerusalem.
ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו אל כל עמו ישראל בירושלים. We rise and turn to page 46. We'll sing the Vashamru, followed by the Chatzi Kaddish, and then we'll have some time for our own personal prayer. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat לדורות הברית העולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. יקדש וקדש שמי רבו ועמד דברי חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון וחייך כל בית ישראל בעגלה בזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם עולמי עלמיו יברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמרה בעמו ואמרו אמן. The Vayechulu, we'll chant that, we'll sing that together on page 53. Vayechulu hashamayim v'haaretz v'chol tzevaham vayechol Elohim bayom hashvihi l'to asher asa vayishbot bayom hashvihi mikom l'to asher asa Yivarech Elohim et Yom HaShvi'i Yikadesh Oto Kivo Shava Mikom Alato Asher Bara Elohim Lasot Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Ve'Elohei Avotenu Elohei Abraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Ahel Hagadol Hagibor V'Hanora El Elyon Koneh Shemayim V'Aretz Magen Avo Bidvaro Mechaye Metim B'Ma'amaro Ahel Hagadosh Kamohu Hamnev Lamohu B'Yom Shabbat Kodsho Kiva Ratza Le'aniach Lahem Kiva Ratza Le'aniach Lahem Vanhav Navo B'Ava Fachad Yodesh Mo B'Cho Yom Tamid Mein habrachot el haodot adon shalom mekadesh hashabat mevaresh shevihi me'ahudusha amadush neoneg zecher l'maseh v'reishit Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu retzeh v'menuchatenu Kadoshenu mitzvotecha v'tencha kenu v'toratecha sabeinu mituvecha v'samechenu b'shuatecha v'tahir libenu li'ovdecha be'emet v'hanchilenu Adonai Eloheinu b'ava uvratzon Shabbat kodechecho v'nuchu vo Yisrael mekadshei shemecho Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh haShabbat Yikada v'ikadash mirava v'yamad divrach yirtei v'yamlim hachutei v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayerecho beit Yisrael b'agala v'zman kariv imru amen Yehi shmei rabba mevorach v'yalam alal me'almayo Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpor v'yittruma v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yithalal shemei kudusha b'richu leila min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata Damran b'yam ha v'imru amen titkabel slot hon v'hon d'cho Yisrael kodam v'hon v'ishmayra v'imru amen Yehi shlam rabba min shamaya v'chaim aleinu v'kaisra v'imru amen Oseh shalom b'imromav Uyaseh shalom Aleinu v'Kol Yisrael v'imru amen. If you'd like to follow along with the words of Kiddush, it can be found on page 55. Savri Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Borei Peri Hagafen Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu B'Shabbat Kodsho b'avav rason hinchilanu Zikaron l'maseh v'reishit Ki hu yom techila l'mikrai kodesh Zecher letziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharto Yotanu kidashta Mikol hamim B'Shabbat kodshecha Ve'ava uvratzon hinchatanu Baruch atah Adonai Mikadesh HaShabbat L'chaim tovim u'shalom Uvracha. So, the world lost, I think, one of the great actors of the 20th century. I was a big fan. Who else? Yeah, I think he maintained that dishiness up until his 80s. Definitely until his. Anyway, I'm just curious. Robert Redford. Yeah, for those who don't know. Yeah, Robert Redford died the other day. I'm just curious, does favorite role of Robert Redford? Just curious if anybody has like a favorite. Sundance. Yeah. Any other answers? The Sting. Oh, the Sting. What's his Hooker. Johnny Hooker in the Sting. Yes, that's right. So right. So Sundance. Any other or movies he was in? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Oh, forgot about that. That's right. That's right. So he was an incredible man. I mean, I've just, I think the first time I saw him on the screen was in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, and I was just mesmerized. And then he but the movie I think that made a really big impact on me was The Natural. Did anyone see The Natural about a ball player? It was based on a story, a book, a novel. Actually, the first novel of Bernard Malamud, who happened to be a great Jewish American author. And it was an incredible story. I think that, and he also made a movie called The Electric Horseman, and those two stand out this time of year in particular because it shows the arc of a man's life. And by the way, Robert Redford, think, oh, he was like, handsome, charismatic. He was a great actor, a great director, but he had actually quite a bit of like personal tragedy and loss in his life. His mother died, I think, when he was in his early 20s. I think he was 21 or 22 when his mother died. One of his children died at the age of like 3 months or something, and then his other son died the same thing that his mother died from when the son was like whatever 60, I guess. But those two movies, Electric Horseman and The Natural. I mean, but like. So that the Electric Horseman, about this cowboy who sells out, and he goes and makes appearances and everything, but he loses touch with himself. He loses touch with his true self, and so he steals this horse because he sees that the horse is also disconnected from its true self because it's paraded around in Las Vegas with wearing all these lights and is doped up and steroids and all kinds of things. So he takes the horse and they ride out to the wilderness, and that's teshuvah. That's teshuvah, right? So this time of year we talk about teshuvah, returning to our true self. So he sees like, I've got to make a change. I've got to make a break with my past. I've got to return to who I really, really am. And that's what he does in Electric Horseman. And then in The Natural, he plays this amazing ball player. He's gifted from the time he was a boy, and it looks like he's going to make a real mark in the major leagues, and he's going to be a star pitcher. Actually, trying to think he was a batter first, and then he became a pitcher. No, a star batter. That's right. He's going to be a star batter. And then personal tragedy strikes, and he's shot down by this mysterious woman, after playing just like one game or something like that. And then he disappears for years, and then he comes back, and nobody knows who he is. He comes back many years later, and he builds himself up, and he now is a pitcher, and he reclaims that fire, that passion, but as a much humbler man, because when he was young, he was, I think, maybe a little bit arrogant, and that was part of the cause of his downfall. But he returns with great humility, and he gets in touch with really what is essential, and he actually resists temptation, and does the right thing. So anyway, incredible man, incredible movies, incredible messages. And I just got to say this, because if I didn't, I wouldn't feel good about myself. He stood up for the First Amendment. He was an advocate for free speech. He which is under. Pardon me. Prince Harry did the same. Oh yeah, okay. All right. But he made all the President's Men, right? He made sure that got to the screen, and he had a fight for years to get that on the screen. And he also made another amazing movie called The Candidate. So he really, and in his Sundance Institute, he supported a lot of young, up and coming directors to make sure that their message got out, and especially in the documentary format. So he really made a mark on this world. And I, for one, will miss him. But we've got his movies, so that's good. All right, so let's take a moment and bring to mind friends, family, loved ones who are in need of healing. Maybe places in the world that are in need of healing. There's a lot of places in the world that need healing right now. And we'll sing the prayer by Debbie Friedman. If you need the words, it's in the middle of the bulletin. Mi sheperach avotenu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheperach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shalema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. We now rise for Aleinu, page 56. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, l'atei kula liot sefer reshit, shelo asanu kugei hakatzot, velo samanu k'mishachot hadava, shelo sam chalkeinu kohem, v'gor aleinu k'chol hamonam, v'yatavnu kovim u'mishchakavim u'modim, l'ifnei melech malkei hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, shehu notet shamayim v'yoser haaretz, u'moshav yikacho v'shamayim b'mahal, u'shchinatu zo b'govhei mechomim, hu Eloheinu einod, emet malkeinu evezulato, kakatu b'torato, וידעת היום והשבותה אל לבבך. כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. כי המלכות שלך היא למדתם לו בכבוד, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. Before we recite the Mourner's Kaddish, we'll recite the 27th Psalm, which is on page 59. We'll read it. Let's read it together in English, and then when we come to the Hebrew part, we'll sing that a couple of times, and then we'll conclude it quietly to ourselves, and then I'll chant the last lines. A Psalm of David. Adonai is my light and my help. Whom shall I fear? Adonai is the stronghold of my life. Whom shall I dread? When evil people assail me to devour my flesh, my enemies and those who besiege me, it is they who stumble and fall. Should an armed camp be arrayed against me, my heart would show no fear. If they were to go to war against me, of this I would be sure. One thing I ask of Adonai, this is what I seek, to dwell in the house of God all the days of my life, behold God's peace and to pray God's sanctuary. Achat Adonai Otai Achat Adonai Otai